right. All praises to the Most High Elohim. We give him praise, glory, and honor. Let's open up our window. We do thank and praise Yah today. We give Yah all his praise and all his glory that's rightfully belong to him. We thank Yah yet again. Thank him for us having an opportunity that he will allow us this beautiful day to come into his presence. So I don't count it. I don't take it for granted. None of us should. That he allow us to come into his presence, come into this holy place of the Shabbat, to rest and be in his presence, speak about his goodness, keep his day holy. We just thank him and praise him and give him glory and honor. I pray that your Shabbat is going well right now. You know, it looks like it's over so quick now with it getting dark, so the sun going down so fast. I give y'all praise and glory. Now, we were just discussing it earlier, how they have the time set back 1 hour and the day be going at 3 and it dark at 5. Why couldn't it be, you still should have some kind of sunlight. They only set back 1 hour. Something wrong with that picture. So sometimes we have to start thinking about those kind of things. So we come today, we're going to be in Ezra today. Oh goodness. I definitely got to go get my glasses. Well, no, I don't. That's why I got it on the screen. So I can see it. Because I'm telling you, that little writing is just, it brings eyes together.
It does.
Anyway, we're going to get into our word tonight. We're talking about Ezra. Ezra will give us the indication of where we are and what's going to take place in the end times, and know the signs of the end times. And understand that, I don't know why that seems so small. Okay, let me see. Let me open it up again. Let's try to open it up again. Seems like it's not covering the screen, and that's not good. I don't know why that is. You should get a whole screen here. Full screen layout. Okay. Well, at this point, can you see it better?
I can see it better. Yeah, I can see it closer, better.
Okay. Well, with that said, I guess we're going to have to be behind the screen, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, but that's all right. As long as y'all can see the screen.
Yeah.
That was kind of a little weird there. I don't know why it happened like that, but nevertheless, we giving y'all the glory, praise, and the honor. And we thinking right now, and let's get into Ezra. Ezra give us a meeting with the angel that is sent from the Most High, UIL. And y'all is giving Ezra. Ezra was a leader. He's a prophet, but he was a leader. From my reading, they depended on him, actually. Sometimes people get to the point it's as though they can't pray for themselves. They even got upset with him because he was out. Y'all was leading him to fast, and they come away with him, and they met him, want to ask him where he been, and he had to have a few words as in the beginning. But we're gonna get into the 5th chapter, hopefully 6th, of the end times. He's really giving him clarity what to look for and what to expect in the end times. So I'm starting at number 5, chapter 5, and hopefully we'll go through to 6. And let's for itself when we see through the eyes of the scripture where we are and what is going on in this world right now. Number 5 said, I didn't know whether or not you had your apocrypha want to follow along, but as long as you can see this, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, chapter 5 says, nevertheless, he said, as coming to the tokens, he said, behold, look, the day shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number. And then he goes on to say, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. They don't believe nothing. He said, but in iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. And the land that thou seest now to have root, shall thou see wasted suddenly. It's going down. And he goes down, number 4, he said, but if the Most High grant thee, listen what he said, if the Most High will grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the 3rd trumpet. He said that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, okay? And the moon 3 in the day. So let's look at this, saints. Here's the sun that actually shines at night. It's not the moon, it's the sun shining at night. And we have 3 places where the sun shines at night. And there's Norway and Alaska.
Yep.
Nordic Russia, Finland, and Sweden.
Sure do.
It's nighttime, but the sun is shining as though it's 12 o'clock in the day.
Yes, it does.
He said, when you know this, when you see this, know you in the end time. You're in the end time, and what's so good about this prophecy? You see it in other places that you might not even aware of what's going on. He giving us what to look for. These are the signs that we as a people of Yah should be able to pinpoint and know what's happening. I know for the last weeks or so, people was talking about they see 2 or 3 moons. And people are talking, well, they playing tricks on you. No, Ezra telling us right now. He says, after the 3rd trumpet, that he said that that you shall see. You're going to see that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and moon 3 in the day. Wait a minute, let me get this. Here's the moon. People talking about, look at it, I see 3 moons. Isn't that what Esdras is telling us?
Yes, he did.
He said, know that you are in the end times when you see these things.
Yes, he did.
It's all on TikTok, somebody took the picture. And they was like, you know what, they want to put it on CERN.
Please.
CERN wasn't nowhere around when Ezra prophesied this. And he goes on to tell us, he said, and blood shall drop out of wood, which is a tree, and the stone shall give his voice.
Yes.
He said, no, I need you to know this. That you're going to see wood, trees, where the blood is coming out. They want to call it sap. You can call it anything you want, but that is the blood of the tree.
Yes, it is.
And these are trees that you see the blood that's streaming. No, he said, when they start having you see this, they know that you are in the end time. You got to know where you are at every given moment. We need to know where we are right now.
Yes,
It's
we
very
do.
crucial.
That's right.
Bleeding like somebody, well, they did cut it. And bleeding, if ain't nobody cut this tree bleeding, it ain't been cut. This one bleeding. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Real good.
He said, know that this is a sign of the end time. Look at how he's bleeding all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
That we're standing is closer than we think, saints. The
Yes,
earth
well.
is telling us.
Yes, it is.
It's showing us exactly what's going on. He goes on to tell us. He said, and the stone shall give its voice. The stones is going to cry. We ain't heard it yet, but when they're cracking.
Yeah, it's true.
When you hear the mountain cracking and people hear noise, that's the stones crying out. They were like, where it's coming from? You know it's coming from the mountain, but where? Then the word that this calls with what calls he said when at the end time, people will run to the revelation. They'll run to the mountain. The mountain gonna cry out. You can't hide under him.
Mm-mm.
And he said, and the stone shall what? Give his voice.
Yes.
He said, and even he shall rule whom they look not, for that dwells upon the earth. And the fowl shall take their what? Matter of fact, you're gonna look for the person that you thought gonna rule, it's gonna be somebody else.
That's right.
And even he shall rule. Listen to what he said. Even he shall rule whom they look not, for that dwell upon the earth. And here's the bird. The bird's telling you what's going on. They're getting out of the way. He said the fowl shall take their what? The fowls, the bird's going to take their flight away together. They're leaving. Sometimes you're like, where's the birds? And he said, and the Sodom-tish sea shall cast out fish. I should have pulled up the fish that's actually all over the place. They're coming up out of the sea. Let me see, can I find that? Let's see. The oil fish. As a matter of fact, they just put this here out. Again, they just found an oil fish, which explains when he never comes up unless there's something in the sea. It's something that's going on in the sea.
Yeah, I see
there's
that.
An earthquake.
Yeah.
He shows up. Now that's just one. He's showing up to let them know that there's something going on. Superstition has some people worried that the doomsday fish is a serious warning. But every time he show up and down the beach, they have a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Come out of here. See, it's very that I won't fish that. Not good fish.
I know that's right.
Well, I can't find. I should have. Well, there it is, right there. One of them. They talking about run. You see that fish? But the other day they were showing where they had all these doctors in a rich area, and all around these boats. I mean, it was thousands upon thousands of fish. This don't do it justice. All around there, fish is coming all up, trying to warn, and they looked as though they was nervous. They were just flopping. I don't see any because I got the wrong picture. I didn't think they didn't pull that up. But here's to say, let's keep moving. He goes on and says and the Sodomitish sea shall what? Cast out fish and make a noise in the night. But people say they hear noise at night. They coming out their house listening, looking for the noise. He said, know the times of the end. Know when the end is. After this, he says, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. He said, there shall be a confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be off sent out again. We know the fire is everything. It's burning all this up north, and nobody saying anything about it. We're talking about it this morning. The fires everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
All the way up into Connecticut.
Yep.
Burning these cities. Burning California. We know they've been burning California. They've burned out all these big luxurious homes and communities. Like a bomb hit it. There shall be, he said, confusion also in many places. And the fire shall be sent out again. He said it's going to be sent out again. And the wild beasts shall change their places. I'm talking about this morning where all these monkeys that they done got out. One lady was outside and it was a small monkey. Attacked her. Because she was 70 years old. Went in her house, got a shotgun, shot it twice. She shot that monkey 3 times with a shotgun and with her pistol. It didn't die. When the police got there, they caught it. But then when they got it to wherever they had to put it down. It still wasn't there. The police couldn't kill it. He said, and the wild beasts shall change their place and ministress women. What they're doing, they shall bring forth monsters. These children will kill their parents quick and they'll kill anybody on the street.
They sure will. That's the truth.
Now this is what Esdras was saying, what we will be seeing.
And it is happening, just like he said.
It's happening just like when we look on the news. It's like this girl took and just chopped her mother up the other day, last week.
You got a lot of that going on, Elder.
I mean, literally.
Killing them and cooking them and feeding them to people.
I'm telling you. What the word say, the ministers women shall bring forth monsters.
Yeah.
It might look like a child of you, but the Father says it is a monster. Because they are so detached. That's why you have to keep the children in line, because it's easy for them to get detached, saints.
Yes, it is.
Because they got so much out there for them to get it. They start detaching them when they get little. But we got one. You have to break her away from TV.
Can your foundation do this?
Like she lose it all because she can't watch TV. No. And it's not like her mama make her let her do it all the time. No. It's like they're drawn to this thing. And you watch them, if you sit down and watch cartoons with them, you see all kind of demonic stuff going on in there. He said, there shall be confusion also in many places. Let me drop down. He's in number 9, say, and salt waters shall be found in the sweet water. Now, where the sweet water? The stream, the sweet coming down. You go and drink. You say, "Ooh, that water tastes so sweet."
Mm-hmm.
The waters. He's in the end of this time. He's in all friends, and we see this every day too. All friends shall destroy one another. Leave them, gonna pick up each other for the night out, one to kill one another because they got upset.
Yep, that's so true, Pastor.
He said, then shall wit hide itself. What he said, wisdom gonna hide itself.
Mm-hmm.
That mother wit that you think your children should have, it's gone out the window.
Yes.
We seeing this thing.
Yes.
That's why I say know the end time. Know where we are right now.
He better.
He said, then shall wit hide itself and understanding. Listen what he said, what going to withdraw itself into his secret chamber. It's like you ask me, they act like they understand, they don't. He telling you what wisdom and understanding have done to many of them. It has withdrawn. One hide itself, and the other withdraw itself back into his secret place. Because it's something wrong with you. You don't have enough understanding that you murdered your one that brought you into the world. You so detached that you will kill your own child. Matter of fact, he just say one just stuck their child in the oven. Some teenagers thought it was funny to take a 6-year-old and because he was crying about his chip and put him in a dryer at the washing mat and turn it on. Like I was telling y'all this morning, I said, listen, they put the movies out. Because remember, we talking about the movie that when the monkey bite the people, they turn into what you call zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know that ain't realistic. Where these folks shot this thing, she said it was a small one, a big one, with a shotgun 3 times, and then had to go get a pistol, shoot them when the police get there. They shooting.
You know they ain't normal.
It's something they done breeded out there that they done turned loose. We was talking about this morning and looked it up. The place ain't but 35, they call it Monkey Island.
So that's what they doing now. Mm-hmm.
You know they let loose the monkey. Now, can you imagine that was a little one and they couldn't kill him?
Imagine what a bigger one would do.
You done shot that many times. I'm telling you. This stuff is real.
Yes, it is.
And here it is. How many eons ago that Esdras talked about this? He said, you want to know what the end time, this is what it's going to be like. See, every prophecy, if you know prophecy, every time a person say prophecy, it don't mean it's going to come to pass. It could be for end time.
Yeah, that's right. It's true.
Because I'm quite sure if he was in the day, they would call him a false prophet.
Mm-hmm.
This is end time prophecy, and we're living in it.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
And he goes on to say, and shall, he said, understand what, withdraw yourself into his secret chamber. When he come out, we'll let you know where he at. Number 10, he said, and shall be sought of many, gonna be looking for some wisdom and understanding, and yet not be found. He said, then shall unrighteousness, listen what he said, then shall unrighteousness and inconsistency be multiplied of the earth. Isn't that what we're seeing?
Yes, we do. Yes.
You know it's sad when we got somebody in the White House, and I don't care who it is. I'm just talking about for the record. You could have never had one record, more or less that many.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to show you what the deplority of this world, where they are in their mind.
Yes.
No understanding, no wisdom. Ain't no way. Then right and wrong is going out. Listen, right is going out the window.
Sure enough.
Because he said, and it shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and inconsistency be what? Multiplied upon the earth. He said, one land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous going through you? Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, Brunswick land over asking Darien land.
Yeah.
Hey, you have anybody came through you? No.
Okay.
We ain't see nobody righteous come through us either. Hey, Woodbine. Did anybody righteous roll through you? No.
Mm-mm.
Ain't that something?
It is.
He said in land.
Mm-hmm.
Nature gonna be told, man, I ain't seen a righteous. And it shall say no. 12 said, and at the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, we got to get it. What it say? Get in the word and stay there.
That's right.
Stay until Yahushua come.
That's right.
It's too dangerous right now for us to be playing around with our soul.
That's right.
He said, at the same time, while they're trying to figure out where some righteousness is, men what? Hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. What you mean? They're working all day long and all day, and they're still not getting nowhere. That's what it's saying. Isn't that what we're seeing now?
Yes, it is.
Losing jobs, and then it told you all these jobs were saved, and so many jobs, and now all these big factories and these big companies and motor companies and 2 or 3 of the car people that laid off people, thousands. But yet they lied last month and say it was up, employment is up, and money and the jobs are up. You lying devils. This word say, and the same time shall men hope, but nothing obtain. They shall labor, but their ways shall not prosper. He said, to show thee such tokens, he said, I have leave. And if thou wilt pray again, and weep as now, and fast 7 days, thou shalt hear yet greater things. This is Uriel explaining to Esdras what's to take place. He said, then I wake. And he said, and extreme fearfulness went through all my body. He goes on to say, he said, and my mind was troubled. So he said it was so troubled that I fainted. Ain't that something?
Yes.
He said I fainted. He said, so the angel that was come to talk with me held me, comforted me, and set me up upon my feet. He said, and in the second night it came to pass that Salathiel, the captain of the people, came unto me, saying, where hast thou been? And why is thy countenance so heavy? And then he said, knowest thou not that Israel is committed unto thee in the land of their captivity? Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
He said, up then and eat bread and forsake us not. How do you leave us? The nerve of you.
Mm-hmm.
He said, leave us as the shepherd that leaves his flock in the hands of cruel wolves. How you leave us in the midst of all this?
Mm-hmm.
How you leaving us? How you left us, Yahusha, with him in the midst of all these raving wolves?
Mm-hmm.
Number 19, he said, then said I unto him, go thy ways from me. And he said, and come not nigh me. And he heard what I said and went from me. Number 20, he said, and so I fasted 7 days, mourning and weeping, like as Uriel, the angel, commanded me. And he goes on to say, and after 7 days, so it was that the thoughts of my heart were very grievous unto me again. That's a lot to take in. Y'all showing you all this stuff.
Yeah, it is.
He said, and my soul recovered the spirit of understanding. And then he said, I began to talk with the Most High again. (23) said, and said, O Yahuwah, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee only. This is what it said. Thou hast chosen all this creation, all these different trees that you have created. He said, you had chosen the only one vine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All these people you have created in this world, you only chose Israel. He goes on to say, and all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, one little piece of land. And all he said, and of all the flowers thereof, you chose a lily. See, these what Yah had chosen for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. He chose the vine, which is his people.
Mm-hmm.
He letting you know that piece of land, I chose Israel. I know who my people, I know where they are. He said, all these beautiful flowers, you chose what? A lily.
Mm-hmm.
That's Yah's flower. Hallelujah. Out of all his creation, this is what he chooses. He chooses the least of the least. He could have chose the biggest, beautiful tree. He chose a vine.
Mm-hmm.
He could have chose the choicest land and stuff, but he chose a little pit, little piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
He could have chose all the beautiful flowers, and you got some you just take your breath away. If you ever get a chance to go to a flower show, if you love flowers, it's magnificent. Things you never thought would be growing in America. He said, you chose a lily. And he goes on and say, he said, and of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled the one river.
Mm-hmm.
On the river, you call it the river Euphrates, yours. Isn't that something?
Yes, it is.
All this water stuff, you chose that. Then he said, and of all builded cities, this is what all these big glamorous cities thou hast hollowed Zion unto yourself. You hollowed your city out in a rock. Look how he out of all his creation, he got specific things, and that's what the enemy comes after everything that Yah had chosen.
That's right.
It tells you all these cities, that all these built cities, you chose, thou hast what? Hollowed Zion unto yourself. He goes on to say, and of all the fowls that are what? Created, thou hast what? Name thee one dove. All these beautiful birds. You say the dove belong to you.
Mm-hmm.
Doves mate forever. They don't go out and get other doves. They stay together until death do them part.
Yep, they sure do.
And they are gentle birds.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee a goat, a sheep. Ain't that something? Y'all could have had, in other words, he could have had the choices if bull out there in the field. He chose the little sheep. It's like what nobody wants. The average person gonna take a bull, a big Angus bull over a sheep. But y'all, we give him glory. He said, you chose the sheep. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast what? Gotten thee one people. This is what he's saying. All the people you have created, you got yourself one people. See, the world get angry with that.
Yeah, they do.
You got yourself one people, and unto this people, whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. Ain't but one law, and that's the law of Yah. And he gave it to a people, and if that people was supposed to give it to other people. Now, this is in the end times now. They can keep pushing all they want, but the word is coming back to his people.
Mm-hmm.
He said, now, O Yahuwah, why hast thou given this one people? This is what he said, now he want to know. Why hast thou given this one people over unto many? Why you put them in slavery? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others, and why hast thou scattered thou only one people among many? Why you do that? Why you took and scattered the one? You only got one. Ain't that something? You only got one people. Why do you scatter them? This is what Esdras is saying.
Yeah. Also disobedience.
Number 29, he said, and they which did gainsay. The one that's talking about this. He said, thy promises and believe not thy covenant. They talk about y'all. I thought he had a covenant with his people. What they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, have trodden them down. This is what the peoples are saying at gainsay.
Mm-hmm.
If thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thine own hands? Could you just spank them? Could you just, you have to do the child snap them up and just give them a good old spanking?
Mm-hmm.
31. He said, now when I had spoken these words, the angel came to me. The night afore was sent unto me. Same angel, Uriel. And he said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken, he said, to the thing that I say, and I shall tell thee more. If you listen to me, I'm going to tell you more. Since you answered this question, and everybody talking about why he loved them, so he made a promise with them, and they was just covenant people. They were the only people. Why he did them like that? Isn't that what he say to us now?
Mm-hmm.
That we don't have no y'all. He was forsaking us. And he said, and I said, speak on, my Lord, as he called it, with my Adonai. Come on and tell me.
Mm-hmm.
My servant. Well, he's the servant of the Most High. He said, then said he unto me, he said, thou art sore. This is how he said, thou art so troubled in mind for Israel's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? You think you love them more than the one that made them? They having a conversation, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
You think you love Israel more than the one that created Israel? 34, he said, I said no. No. Lord, no. He said, but a very grief have I have spoken. For my reins pain me every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High, and to seek out part of his judgment. I'm trying to figure this thing out. I just don't understand. Here's Lydia. He coming over here trying to find out where I am and commanding me, and I'm just trying to get an answer from the people.
Yes.
Oh, we give him glory.
Yes, we do.
35, and he said unto me, thou cannot. And I said, wherefore, Lord? Why? Where was I born then? He said, why was I born then? You know how we do it. Then why was I born then? Why? Why you created? Why did he create us? These are questions, legitimate questions.
Yeah.
Whereunto and why was I born then? Or why was not my mother's womb then my grave? Why didn't I just die in the womb?
That's what he said.
That I might not have seen the travail of Jacob. And the wearisome toil of the stock of Israel. Why I had to live to see this then? Oh, we got a lot of questions.
Yes, we do.
And he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come. Gather me together the dross that are scattered abroad. Make me the fowls green again that are withered. Since you want to know all this and you got all the answers. You all the question. You come on. Because now I'm sure you don't know nothing. He said, open to me the places that are closed and bring me forth the winds that in them are shut up. Show me the image of a voice, and then I will what? I will declare to thee the things that thou laborest to know. You don't know the mysteries of those things. How you know why I do what I do?
That's right.
You tell me about all this, and he said, you told me, and I'll tell you.
Yes.
It's almost like he's talking to Job and him having a conversation. I'm going to tell you. 38 says, he said, and I said, oh, Adonai, that beareth rule. Oh no, yeah, he the one rule. Who may know these things?
Yes.
But he that has not his dwelling with men. Nobody know these things. No man I know could answer these questions. He said, as for me, I'm unwise. Good answer.
Yeah, it is.
I'm unwise, and how may I did speak of these things whereof thou askest me? For it said, then said that he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of. Even so canst thou not find out my judgment, or in the end of the love that I have promised unto my people. You can't answer that. You can't answer this.
Mm-hmm.
You acting like you know all things. He said, then he said unto me, like as thou can do none of these things that I have spoken of, and even to so canst thou not even find out my judgment, or in the end of the love that I have promised unto my people. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, we get complaining and we want to know. We get melancholy and we asking y'all all these things.
Yeah, how about that?
He has to straighten us out.
Yes, he do, in a good way.
I give him glory for correcting me, because that means I still have a chance.
Me too.
And he said, I said, behold, O Adonai, yet art thou nigh unto them that be reserved till the end. All right. See, we made it. We made it.
Yes.
We came through. And that was the beginning, and we're going to be the end. He said, then said he unto me, like as thou canst do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so canst thou not find out my knowledge, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people. And I said, behold, O Adonai, yet art thou not unto them that be reserved till the end. And what, he said, what shall they do that have been before me? Are we that be now? Are they that shall come after us? What's going to happen to all of us? What's going to happen to us now? What's going to happen to them that's coming after us? The one that happened before us, and the one that's with us now. The ones that are alive now. What's going to happen to the one after us? 42, he said, he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. He said, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. I gave him time. He take his time to do his work among his people.
Yes, he does.
And we feel the same way, like when is going to end? When is this thing going to be over?
That's it.
He said, so I answered and said, couldst thou not make those that have been made and be now and that are for to what to come at once? Can we all get through all this at once?
Can we all just want to get along?
Yeah, right. That thou mightest what? Show thy judgment the sooner. Can you hurry? Let's get this over with. Because we all tired. We tired. I know the ones that come going to be wore out.
Yes.
He said, then answered he me and said, the creature may not haste above the maker. Neither may the world hold them at once that shall be created therein. You don't have that authority. You don't tell y'all what to do with his creatures.
Certainly don't.
He said, I said as soon, and I said, as thou hast what said unto thy servant, that thou which givest life to all hast given life at once to the creature that thou hast created. He said, and the creature bare it, even so it might know now also bear them, that now be present at once. He got a word. He got a word for everything y'all ask.
Yep.
And he said unto me, ask. Now this is what he told me. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why dost thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her therefore to bring forth 10 children at once.
And he could do it.
Now we asking you, Esdras, because he asked, of course, do you have the power to tell the woman womb to bring forth a child?
That's right.
Matter of fact, won't you ask her to bring forth more than bring forth 10 at one time? Do you have that kind of power to do so? Then he would say, and I said, she cannot. but must do it by distance of time. How's she gonna do all this at one time?
Okay.
Now you feel how limited your power is.
That's right.
And the understanding. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth, the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it. He said, I've given their times. I've given them time to be in this earth, and they're going to be out of here. Just like I gave the womb time, they bring forth at a appointed time. They have a appointed time in this world that I have planted them in to be out of here. He said, for like as a young child may not bring forth the things that belong to the age. I don't expect them a baby to give a baby. But
that's right.
I don't expect them the young to know what the age know. It takes time. Even so have I disposed the world which I created. Then he said, and I asked and said, seeing thou hast now given me the way. He said, I will proceed to speak before thee. For our mother, of whom thou hast told me that she is young, draweth now nigh unto age. She's gotten old. She had me when she was young. He answered me and said, ask a woman.
Again.
Ask a woman that beareth children, and she shall tell thee. And say unto her, wherefore are unto they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature. They're not as old. They're not as tall. Less of stature. We call them short legs. Less of stature. They're small. He said, she said, and she shall answer thee. He said, they, 53, and she shall answer thee, they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion. This is what he said. They are one fashion. They're born in the strength of youth. They are strong when they're young. And they that are born in the time of age, when the womb fails are otherwise, they don't. How are they gonna produce? When the womb faileth, or otherwise, he said, consider thou therefore also how that you are less of stature than those that were before you. Matter of fact, it gets smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't tall like you used to be tall. That's why they marvel at these men that with height now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
Well,
right.
the average man is 5'10". That's your average height for a man. He asked him at one time they was tall, and now your stature is shorter, and the other one's going to be shorter than yours. He said, and so are they that come after you, lest that you, as the creature which now begin to be old, and have passed over the strength of youth, you gonna shrink too.
Yeah.
Then said I, Adonai, I beseech thee, if I have found favor in thy sight, show your servant by whom thou visitest thy creature. Number 6. And he goes on and says, and he said unto me, in the beginning, when the earth was made before the borders of the world, stood, or ever the winds blew. And he said, before it thundered and lightened, or ever the foundation of paradise was laid, for anything. He said, before the fair flowers were seen, or ever the movable powers were established. Before the innumerable multitude of angels was gathered together, or ever the heights of the air were lifted up, before the measures of the firmament was named, he said, or ever the chimneys in Zion was hot. He said, and ere the present years was sought out, or ever the inventions of them that now sin were turned. He said, before they were sealed, listen what he said, before they were sealed, that have gathered faith for a treasure. He said, then I considered these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended.
And none other.
Hallelujah. You want to know something? I'm going to tell you what any of this was.
That's right.
He said, and by none other. Number 7, he said, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times? Is he asking? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that falleth? He want to know. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. And then he said, for Esau, listen what he said, for Esau is the end of the world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Yes. That's why they time over.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And he kept on to explain. He said, the hand of man is between the heel and the hand. He said, other question asked thou not. Number 11, he said, I answered. Then it said, O Adonai, that bears rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, he said, I beseech thee. He said, show thy servant the end of thy tokens. Show them tokens. Show them the end of their gifts. Well, show them the end. Wherefore thou showest me part the last night. You showed me some of it last night. Parts of it. He said, so he answered and said unto me, stand up upon thy feet. And here he said, mighty sounding voice. And he goes on there, he said, and it shall be as it were a great motion. He said, but the place where thou standest shall not be moved. It's going to be a progression. You're going to think you move, but you're not. But just stand up. He said, and therefore when it speaketh, he said, don't be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
For the word is. He said, for the word is of what? Get up here. The word is of the end, and the foundation of the earth is understood. He said, and why? Because the speech of these things trembleth, and is moved, for it knoweth that the end of these things must change.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Mm-hmm. He said, because the speech of these things trembleth.
Yes.
And is moved. This is what he's saying. For it knoweth that the end of these things must be changed.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened that when I heard it, I stood up upon my feet and listened, hearkening, and behold, I looked. There was a voice that spake, and the sound of it was like the sound of many waters.
Mm.
And it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. Hallelujah.
Mm.
Now he was talking to URL, now he's talking to the man.
Mm-hmm.
The man is speaking, the Father is speaking. Well, Yahushua, it's that way, Father. He said, and I will begin to make inquisition. I will begin to make inquisition of them, examples of them. What they be that have what? Have hurt what? Unjustly. With their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, these are our end times. And he said, when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be what? Finished. He said, then will I show these tokens, the books. Listen what he's saying. Ain't the books? He said, the books shall be opened before the firmament. Oh, they're going to be standing before me. He said, they shall see all together.
Whoa.
Now you're going to know that this is end time.
Oh, yes.
Because 21 say, and the children, notice the end time. We think it's cute. He said, the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. And the women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old. Let's look at this. Look here. 1. Wait a minute. Let me put the. Sorry about that. I'm always trying to get you the best.
Always.
What she asked her, listen. Listen, wait a minute. She asked her mama how was her day.
Yes, she did. Oh, Father. Mm-hmm.
See, at one point, you didn't find 1-year-old baby speaking like that. Asking you well, how was your day?
Mm-mm.
And it still goes on to tell us, what about this? He said, children and women with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old. And this is what he said, and they shall live and be raised up. At one point, that wasn't even so. That wasn't even thought about.
Mm-mm.
Children being born 3 or 4 months before their time.
Sure enough, and that's so true.
He said, these are end times.
Mm-hmm.
See, we don't think about it, but these babies are signs.
Yes,
These
it is.
are signs that these are the end times.
Yes.
And because we don't know and don't understand that y'all said he casting them out to show forth his strength and his might, that he'll do miraculous things, that he can do things that man cannot do.
That's right.
He can open the voice of a 1-year-old and they can have a conversation to you like an adult.
Yes, he could.
The womb casts out the baby. A long time ago, ain't no way in the world a woman have a baby. 6 months pregnant and the baby live. 5 months pregnant, they had the baby live.
Mm-mm. Sure did.
You hold it in the palm of your hand, but yet it survived. You can see this baby, little boy here, or little girl. They'll nick you, but live it.
Mm-hmm.
This is here so little that her hand is bigger than the baby.
Yeah.
But live.
That's right.
So little till they have to put it inside of something, inside of the pillow. So small. Now she said it was the side of her hand, but this guy is growing. He said these are end times. And we think that we are there miracles, but what y'all is telling these babies are marking the end time.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Who would have thought such a thing? But Esdras told me their babies it'd be almost 2 weeks for a baby to even open their eyes when it was born.
Mm-hmm.
Now they come out the womb looking around.
Nosy, I call it.
As though they've been here before.
They probably did.
No, they know what time it is.
Yes, they do.
He said, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall what? Suddenly be found empty. Ain't that the way we see this on the way now?
Mm-hmm.
I heard a gentleman say the other night that people better buy food. He said because they'll shut down the East Coast docks. They ain't letting you take the food and stuff that's on the ship. You know they start this stuff every time around this part of the year.
Yeah, they do.
He said, no, they're end times. He said, and that the trumpet shall give what? A sound, which every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. He said, at that time shall friends fight one against another. Ain't that something?
Mm-hmm.
He said they're going to fight like enemies, like they don't even know each other. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs and of the fountain shall what? Stand still. And 3 hours they shall not run.
Mm-hmm.
These are the signs of the times.
Yes, they are.
Said, know that this thing, you are in the end time. Whosoever remaineth from what? From all these things I have told thee shall what? Escape. And see my salvation.
Yes.
He said, in the end of your world, this was the end of your world.
Mm-hmm.
And the men that are received shall see it. He said, who have not tasted death from their birth. And the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. What you mean? For the evil shall be put out. They ain't gonna have that in their heart when y'all finish.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And the sea shall be quenched.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you're gonna get rid of it once and for all. Know the end times. See the signs that's happening around us. We so close.
Mm-hmm.
We say, and men shall be, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning, for evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. And he said, as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And when he walked, and when he talked with me, behold, he said, I look by little and little upon him before whom I stood. And these words said he unto me. He said, I am come to show thee the time of the night to come. And if thou wilt pray yet more and fast 7 days again, he said, I shall tell thee greater things by day than I have that I have heard. That's a lot right there to even take in.
Yes, it is.
Y'all be praised. He said, well, for thy voice is heard before the Most High. For the mighty has seen thy righteous dealing. See, y'all know when we right, you know when we wrong.
That's right.
He know our hearts. He said, he has seen also thy chastity, which thou hast had forever. Listen, since your youth, I saw you even as a child. That thing was in you even as a child.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know them spirits being them children. That's why I say, listen. Some of them children, they evil coming out.
Yes, it is.
Then we just read, he said, that women, menstrual women, they give birth to monsters.
Mm-hmm.
They bring forth monsters. Now he tell you, he said, you had this spirit in you as a child. And y'all knew it. He said, therefore hath he sent me to show thee all these things to say unto thee. Be of good courage, of comfort, and fear not.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. And hasten not with the times that are past. Don't worry about the time was them past. To think vain things that thou mayest not hasten from the latter times. In other words, we can't do nothing about the past.
That's right.
All we got is right this moment to change everything, our thinking and everything before y'all. 35, and he said, and it came to pass that, well, it came to pass after this that I wept again and fasted 7 days in like manner that I might fulfill the 3 weeks, which he told me.
Mhm.
And in the 8th night was my heart vexed within me again.
Mhm.
And he said, and I began to speak before the Most High, for my spirit was greatly set. He said, my spirit was greatly set on fire, and my soul was in distress.
Mhm.
And he said, and I said, oh, Yahweh, thou speakest from the beginning of the creation, even the first day, and Satan does let heaven and earth be made, and thy word was a perfect work. And then was the spirit, and darkness and silence were on every side. He said, the sound of man's voice was not yet formed. Then commandest thou a fair light to come forth out of thy treasure, that thy work might appear. And he goes and he said, upon the 2nd day thou madest the spirit of the firmament, and commanded it to be part asunder, and to make a division between the waters, and that the one part might go up and the other remain beneath. Because people don't know just as much water in the heavens as it is on earth.
Mhm.
Or more. He said, upon the 3rd day thou didst command that the water should be gathered in the 7th part of the earth. 6 parts hast thou dried up and kept them, to the intent that of these some being planted of Yah, until might serve thee. For as soon as thy word went forth, the work was made. He goes on to say in 44, he said, for immediately there was great and innumerable fruit, and many and different pleasures for the taste, and flowers of unchangeable colors, and odors of wonderful smells. And this was done in the 3rd day.
Yes.
He's number 45. He said, upon the 4th day, thou commandest that the sun should shine, and the moon give her light, and stars should be in order, and gavest them a charge to do service unto man that was to be made. And 47, he said, upon the 5th day thou saidest unto the 7th part, where the waters were gathered, that it should bring forth living creatures, fowls and fishes, and so it came to pass. He said, 48, he said, for the dumb water and without life brought forth living things at the commandment of Yah, that all people might praise the wondrous works. Then didst thou ordain 2 living creatures, the one thou callest Enoch. Now see, now he telling you right now it was Enoch, and the Leviathan, that plays, that great serpent that plays in the sea. And this separate the one from the other. He said, for the 7th part time, namely, where the water were gathered together, might not hold them both. Want to be on the land and want to be in the water. Unto Enoch thou gavest one part which was dried up. The 3rd day that he showed we should dwell in the same part, wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the 7th part, namely the moist, and has kept him to be devoured of what? Of whom thou wilt and when. He's the whipping stick.
Mm-hmm.
He said, upon this 6th day, thou gavest commandment unto the earth that before thee it should bring forth beasts, cattle, creeping things, and after these, Adam, also whom thou madest Lord, the overseer of all thy creatures. He said, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. He goes on to say, and all this have I spoken before thee, O Yahuwah, because thou madest the world for our sake. And see, when I be reading it and tell people, y'all made this world for his people.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, as for the other people, listen what he's saying.
That's for the other people.
Which also come out of Adam. Thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Like it ain't nothing to him.
Yeah.
He said, now, oh Yahuwah, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Yes.
He said, but we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, he said, are given into their hands. And he said, if the world now be made for our sake, listen what he said, if the world is made for us, if you made this world for us,
you take it back.
He said, if the world now be for our sake, why do we not possess an inheritance?
Great.
Why we don't own anything with the world?
Right.
How long shall this endure?
Yes.
How long should we put up with this? How long if we gonna see?
Yes.
Now I'm gonna save the 7th, but I can go on if y'all want more. How long should this go for? How long are we going to deal with this?
That's right.
This world was made for us, y'all. So how long should we be able to take possession of our inheritance? Oh, goodness. This is getting too good to quit right here.
Go ahead.
And he goes on, he's saying, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel, which had been sent unto me the night before. And he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. I want to answer your question.
Yes.
And I said, speak on, my Yahuwah. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case of the entrance, he said, but put the case, the entrance where was narrow, like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? He said, if he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? He goes on and say in 6, he said, there's also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. He said the entrance thereof is what? Is narrow. And is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. He goes on to say, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small, he says, that there could but one man go through at once.
Wow.
And but one can go through here at once. Red day in the morning. He said, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Oh, we got to go through.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got to endure because we got something waiting for us. He said, I said, it is so, Lord. This said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. He said, I said, number 11, he said, because for their sake, he said, I made the world. Listen what he's saying. For Israel, he said, I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statute. See, we could go in and out. It was made at first for us to go in and out. What he's saying, we could go, before Adam fell, we've been able to go. It was built that we would go and come back and forth in the inheritance, and just have it was open to us.
Yes.
But he's saying when Adam transgressed my statute, then was decreed that now is done.
Messed up.
Then were the interests of this world made what? Made narrow. Wow.
Thanks a lot, Adam.
He said full of sorrow and travail. There are but few, and listen, there are but few, and evil full of perils, and very painful for the what? The interest of the elder world. The older world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that labor, them that labor.
Yes.
If then they that labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them.
Wow.
Even their mind, but they'll never be able to receive it. He said, now therefore, why disquietest thou thyself, seeing thou art but a corruptible man?
Yep.
Ooh, goodness. Don't he tell us about ourselves?
Yes, he do. Yes,
and why art thou moved? Whereas thou art but mortal? Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present? Sometimes we got to look beyond the end of our nose. When we don't understand stuff, we have to pray and ask y'all for understanding.
Yes, we do.
He said, then answered I and said, O Yahuwah, that bears rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous shall inherit these things. Look at giving y'all back his word. You ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things. He said, but that the ungodly shall perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for why. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the why. He asked a question.
Yes, he is.
And he said unto me, there's no judge above Yah,
Certainly isn't.
and none that has understanding above the highest. For there be many that perish in this life. Wow. Because they despise the law of Yah that is set before them.
That's so true.
For Yah has given straight commandment to such as came. And he goes on to say what they should do to live. He gave an instruction what to do to live. Even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. I gave them that. He said, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things. This is you already let him know. Don't you accuse him. He gave him a chance.
Yes, he did.
He said, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds. And said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways. Oh, y'all don't know, dog. That's the one just say, oh, that ain't what y'all said. That ain't where that go. He said, but his law have they despised and denied his covenant. In his stature have they not been faithful and have not performed his works. And you asking me all that? Why? They ain't walking in inheritance. And he said, and therefore Esdras, for the empty things. Did he tell you, them that is empty, they got is empty things in them. And for them, and for full are the full things. They have a choice.
Yes, they did.
They walk around him. They didn't want my word. They didn't want my law. They didn't want the statute. They didn't want my commandments.
In other words, they didn't want him.
That's right. So they empty. And those that are full wanted me, and I filled them up with my wisdom and understanding, and therefore they're full.
Yes.
He said, behold, the time shall come that these tokens, these gifts which I have told thee, these treasures that I have told thee shall come to pass. And the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen that now is withdrawn from the earth. Y'all gonna take his peoples out of here that want him.
That's right.
And whosoever is delivered from the aforesaid evils shall see my wonders. For my son Yahushua shall be revealed with those that be with him. And he said, they that remain shall rejoice within what? Listen, they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. Oh, look at us. He said, after these years shall my son Hamashiach die. See, that's another. Now we done made it over here on this other side. Another 400 years. And all men that have life, and the world shall be what? Turned into the old silent 7 days. 7 days and 7 years. Like as in the former judgment, so that what? No man shall remain. He said, after 7 days, the world that yet awaketh not shall be raised up, and that shall die in that shall die that is corrupt, and the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her. Dead and y'all shall rise.
Yes, it did.
And so shall the dust, those that dwell in silence, and the secret places shall deliver those souls that were committed unto them. And he said, the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment. Now Yahushua turning us over to the Father. And misery shall pass away, and the long suffering shall have an end. He said, but listen what he said, but judgment only shall remain. Truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong.
Mm-hmm.
He said, and the work shall follow. The reward shall be shown, and the good deeds shall be of force, and the wicked deeds shall bear no rule. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
He prayed for the Sodomites. And Moshe for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness. And Yahushua after him for Israel in the time of Achan. And Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary. And healers for those that would receive rain, and for the dead that he might live. And Ezekiel for the people in the time of Sennacherib, and many for many. Even so now, seeing corruption is growing up, and wickedness increase, and the righteousness have prayed. He said, for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so? So now also, they don't have enough praying.
Mm-hmm.
All these ones that prayed over Israel. All these ones cried out for Israel. And he said, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory does abide. Therefore, he said, well, I'm on cell phone. Said he answered me and said, this present life is not the end where much glory does abide. Therefore have they prayed for the weak. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come. He said, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at hand, is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that has gotten the victory. He said, I answered then and said, this is my first and last sin, that it had been better not to have given the earth unto Adam. Or else when it was given him, to have restrained him from sinning. For what profit is it for men now in this present time to live in heaviness? He said, and after death to look for punishment. Oh thou, listen to it, oh thou Adam, isn't that what you just said? Oh Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art now fallen alone, but we all that come after thee. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death, and that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain, and that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we have lived wickedly, and that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life, wherein we say we walk in the most wicked way of all. We can't get rid of the sin that you put in the earth. It's ever present.
Yes, it is.
He's saying that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever, wherein is security in medicine, since we shall not enter into it. But we have walked in unpleasant places. He said that, and that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars, whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness. He said, for while we live and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. He said, then he answered me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as those have said, as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moshe spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life, that thou mayest live.
Yes.
He said, nevertheless, they believe not him, not yet the prophet after him, no, not me, which they have spoken to them, that there should not be such heaviness in their destruction, as shall be joy over them that are persuaded to salvation. They didn't listen to Moses, they didn't listen to nobody, they didn't listen to me. He said, I answered them and said, I know Yahweh, I know Adonai, that the Most High is called merciful, in that he had mercy upon them which are not yet come into the world. And he said, and upon those also that turn to his law, and that he is patient and long-suffering those that have sinned as his creatures. And that he is bountiful, for he is ready to give where it needeth. And that he is of great mercy, for he multiplies more and more mercy to them that are present and that are what? Are past. And also to them which are to come. He said, for if he shall not multiply his mercy, the world will not continue with them that inherit therein. And he pardoned. For if he did not so of his goodness, he said, that they which have committed iniquities might be erased of them, the 10,000th part of men shall not remain living. And being judged, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word, they can only be cured with my word. And being judged, if he should not forgive them that are cured with his word, and put out the multitude of contentions, he said there should be very few left, perhaps in an innumerable multitude. Is not many gonna be left. We're gonna stop there. We'll start back next week.
That's a great list.
What you done? What did you do? He got us in a pickle.
Yes, he is.
Born in sin and shaped in iniquity. Our flesh was filthy right before y'all.
I know that's right.
Oh, take out. He said the blood. We got to be cured by his word.
Yes.
His word. That's our healing place.
Yes,
that's why the word had to come in the beginning. Was the word, and the word with y'all, and the word was y'all, and the same
word still
he had to come.
Yes, he did.
To cure us, to bring us back to him.
Yes.
There was no hope, saints. If Yahushua had not showed up, there was no hope for us. It would be over for us.
Yes, it would.
We give y'all praise and glory. We'll start back on it because this Ezra and the father having a conversation.
Yes, they are.
Let us know. Listen, it's a narrow. He said it's a narrow. Only one person can pass through. You can't get around one. I remember I had a dream like that, and I was walking. I went into this path, and it was so narrow. My foot can just barely stay. One foot could just get in the path. And I walked down this path, and it was so narrow. Nobody couldn't go around. Nobody could pass. It's just one. It was just wide enough for your feet to walk in. So narrow.
Mm-hmm.
You get down that narrow path, he's going to open up to your inheritance. Oh, we give him glory.
Yes.
Everything that Yah has promised us, saints. Everything that he's promised us is going to come to pass.
Yes,
We got to
it will.
hold on. We got to hold on and allow Yah to do his work in us.
Mm-hmm.
Israel it brings some enlightenment to some things. And I got to dig out some more stuff that he's talking about. These signs, the end of times, that we don't even consider them the end of time. Because we know a long time ago, these women had these premature babies, they was sure to die.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't live.
So it sure did.
Y'all say they'll live and they'll grow up. They'll start talking. They might start talking around 2. Now they talking actually, wait, how your day?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? I'm back.
You stay here till I come back.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you. These are the signs of the times. These are the times that we live in, and y'all put markers all around us, but we don't know these things. That's why they took them books out of the Bible. Them books was in the Bible.
Yes, they were.
They took all them books out that you would know these things. You wouldn't understand these things, what time it is. And it cross-referenced with the scriptures in the book. That Jacob is the beginning and Esau is the end.
Mm-hmm.
His time is well spent. Was they believe that or not?
That's
As up
right.
to them and their God. But ours will say their time is up.
Yes, it did.
And if our people don't get themselves together according to the scripture, their time up too.
It sure is.
For destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Abba, we thank you, we praise you even now. We give your name glory, praise, and honor.
Yes.
Thank you for this word today.
Yes.
Thank you for feeding us and opening up our eyes to understand it even the more.
Yes.
Reminding us what it's going to take. Be like Ezekiel was called to fast and know the time, signs of the time.
Yes.
And he told him all about what they expect and what they look for. Untimely birth, babies are thriving.
Mm-hmm.
Babies are giving you their agenda at 1 year old.
Yes.
Trees are bleeding. Fish are fleeing.
Mm-hmm.
All these things that's happening before. Fires everywhere. The sweet water is now salty. We give y'all praise and glory. I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. Because it's so interesting. It's almost like an episode, a series. You want to go see what the next one say.
Mm-hmm. I'm good about them series.
Mm-hmm. Well, you saw episode 1 and 2. Well, we give y'all praise and glory, honor. We thank y'all right now for every one of you.
Yes.
Everyone, and for every household, we thank y'all for pouring in his blessing, for pouring in the need, for pouring in the treasures of your heart, those things that you are praying, pouring in the businesses, giving you strategies on how to bring forth your own. So, Father, we thank you, we praise you, we glorify you.
Yes.
You be glorified, y'all, in this great Shabbat. In Yahushua's mighty name, we say thank you.
Thank
And we
you.
say shalom, saints.
Shalom. Shalom. Hallelujah.